Let's get it. Talk to me, man. What's going on? How we feeling today? First and foremost, let's get into that.
Feeling good. Okay. A little nervous, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Tell me why exactly. What's going through your mind?
Really, because it's a lot of stuff that, I've kind of kept silent for like a lot of years. Just like growing up.
What's a lot of years? Like your life, essentially?
Yeah, like through childhood.
Oh yeah. So we're going back. We're getting backstory.
Yeah.
Before we get into currently where we're at. Yeah. Because that's the only way all this is really going to make sense.
Exactly.
Okay.
And, I mean, even a lot of people that's close to me, like I wouldn't say, like a lot of my friends, like they've always had like ideas or like formed their own ideas, but like just want to tell them like.
So even for people close to you, you would say that they're going to find some stuff out that they have no idea about.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's why it's like, I'm nervous.
Okay.
Because,
like, it's your first time doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time sharing a lot of this stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, very few people know.
Yeah.
Besides, like, immediate family.
Okay.
And not even all of them, just like a couple people.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and start back. Well, first of all, let's start with why you want to do this, right? Like, you want to come and get this stuff off, but it's for a bigger purpose.
Yeah, for sure.
And that bigger purpose is?
Just nowadays, I feel like people hold stuff in so much, and I think it becomes, unhealthy. Mm-hmm. Like, so many people, commit, like, suicide nowadays, like, men are afraid to open up, like afraid to share with their friends.
Yeah.
Just because, like, like a lot of us try to play these roles where, like, our homeboys think, we're tough, like that we don't need nothing, but that's the furthest thing from the truth. So I just want to do this and show like other men it's okay to be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's okay to open up and share. Mm-hmm. So it helps people get to know you more.
Yeah.
So it just makes relationships stronger.
Yeah, it helps people understand, I'm not the only one going through this type of stuff. Or there's no...
Especially athletes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, you'll take it, but there's no shortage of athletes that feel like their body was beat to shit, like they put their body on the line, depending upon the sport, their brain on the line, right? Yeah. And may have dealt with some injuries, a ton of concussions. I mean, we grew up around athletes, so... Hearing people say shit like, oh yeah, like I scored a touchdown. I don't even remember it though. Like I was totally blacked out. I made the play. Everyone was cheering afterwards. I had no idea what happened. Like that happens all the time.
Yeah.
So whether it be people beating the shit out of their bodies or it is just the whole fun of the game being taken away from them because it goes from something you did because you loved it when you were a kid to slowly you went up to the collegiate level or pro, whatever the case is, and it became more and more of a business and you got in all that and you didn't enjoy the business aspect of it. Whatever the case is, there's no shortage of athletes that just like hate the sport now or whatever, they just have a lot of terrible experiences with it. But you're right, I don't think a lot of people really come forth and talk about like the deeper aspects to it. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and take that backstory then. Let's go ahead and start from where you feel like is most important to start from.
Yeah. I mean, definitely my childhood. It's kind of like.
When did you start
playing?
Yeah, and you exclusively play baseball?
No, baseball, football, basketball, soccer.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I've always like fucked around with hockey just cause.
Okay. Oh, you was playing it all.
Yeah. Okay. Like sports was big. Like my grandma would put me in like all these different sports just to keep me busy, like try to keep me out of trouble. So she made me play everything. Like, so I didn't really have a choice.
Do you feel like it did a good job at keeping you out of trouble?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
She did what she could, but at the end of the day, like people make their own decisions. But she definitely gave me every opportunity to, be successful.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. And just your family, sports is pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From cousins to uncles.
Yeah.
It's just sports.
Yeah.
I feel that's what allowed us to get to, that's what allowed us to get to college, get our degrees, like sports. Sports is everything.
So now as an adult, how do you, I'm certain when you were a kid, you were just having a good time.
Yeah.
Playing all these sports.
Yeah.
As you look back at it, do you still just have the same feeling when you look back at yourself playing sports as a kid? You're like, that was a good time. It was fun then.
Yeah.
It was good then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Around what age do you feel like that slowly started to turn?
I would say around the recruiting process, probably my sophomore or junior year of high school, I started to look at things a little different, and it definitely like hurt me mentally. You know what I mean?
Why? What was happening around sophomore year? First of all, that's young as hell.
Yeah.
For it to start turning into something else.
Yeah.
But okay. All right. So what was happening?
It just became more important because when my freshman year at Stonewall, I was first team all conference. So I'm like, damn, I might be all right. Like, I might be good. I was a freshman, made that happen.
So that's okay. That's important to the story. That's when you started to realize that you were actually like good.
Yeah, I might be okay.
Yeah.
And I was also like, I had a lot of, I probably formulated this pressure like on myself, but I mean, as a 15-year-old, like, you don't know how to manage things. Like, I looked at it as, my grandparents, spent so much money and moved me away to like a better place to like give me these opportunities. And like, my mom and dad weren't in the picture. So I'm looking at it as, I got to be able to like give this back one day. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I got to make this happen for them because they did everything for me. Like, spent so much money. Like, I'm not even their son. Like, I'm their grandson, but like, they raised me. They didn't have to do that.
For sure.
I just put so much pressure on myself to like, try to get to high levels just because I didn't want to let my grandma down. So I was pressure. It's too much.
I've been having a lot of those conversations recently.
Yeah.
Just the ideas of what we're supposed to be, who we're supposed to be, and who we're supposed to be for whom.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot of layers to put on.
So
that's a lot. Yeah, I was just talking to my girlfriend about this like a few hours ago. Because it's the holidays, right? So family's around, you're talking to people, you're figuring out what's going on with this family member. Maybe you haven't talked to in a little while, or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
And through those conversations, you kind of realize, especially as you get older, the holidays get different, right? Like, you're not a kid anymore, just opening up presents. It's not just about that. Like, you get older, you start to see the dynamics through the family a bit deeper, and it gets different. People start dying, like things get different.
Yeah.
But you kind of get a sense of how people are doing and maybe some of the trials and tribulations that people are going through. And a lot of the ones that I see are people that have put a lot of pressure on themselves, put a lot of different layers of who they are on. And it's just like a lot of overbearing responsibility.
Yeah.
Of whatever expectations they're trying to rise to, of just like, I gotta be there for these people. I gotta be this type of person. I gotta be a man. And what does being a man mean? Being a man means I gotta be able to provide. I gotta be able to do this. I gotta be able to give them the life that they want, and it's just a lot of layers to that. And I feel like that shit gets really, really, really stuffy.
Yeah.
Just doing that over and over and accruing all these different levels of responsibility in identities for the world, society, other people, whatever the case is. I feel like that shit just gets really, it's like you continuing to put on layers of clothes. Like at some point in time, like you just can't move. Like you just, you know what I mean? You're putting on too much. You got to take some shit off. You got to release.
And I think the hardest part with all that is it was at too young of an age. Mm-hmm. Like I wasn't emotionally mature yet.
Yeah.
So like I didn't know how to handle a lot of this. Like it would just like tear me up inside.
Right. And as you're going through this, you have coaches. Mm-hmm. Coaches, I mean, those are like really, really coveted spots. I mean, they're important because sometimes for people like I've known, sometimes the coaches are like they become like a father figure or something, or some sort of mentor like figure like that.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you had coaches that were kind of doing that for you as well? Like you could go and speak to on a deeper level, or could you just feel like you could only talk to your coaches about the sport?
I think some of them wish that I did, and looking back, I wish that I did too. But I'm looking at it as like they don't need to know this, like what's really going on. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel comfortable telling my coach, like, hey, bro, like, basically my mom is homeless. Like, she's got all these drug problems. Like, if I go outside, like, there was times I would be driving in Manassas and I'll see my mom, like, on a bike or something. And I can't even, like, stop and say nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even stop and say hi.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, we haven't talked.
Yeah, it's not there.
Yeah, so, like, how can I tell my coach that? You know what I mean? I'm looking at it as, hey, I tell him this, like, he might think, you know, my performance, you know, affected by this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, hey, take some time. Like, but you take some time, like, somebody else wants your spot. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
So it's
very true.
And that's just some of it. But, like, it was just too much for me to, like, I couldn't make sense of any of it because I was just too young. Yeah,
and so that's around 15, 16. You're saying that you and your mom are sort of estranged. You see her around town. Right. And now how long did this last, or is it still currently?
Oh, yeah.
Still currently.
It was before that, too.
Right.
Like, both my mom and dad have always, you know, they've had their own problems, like, you know, in and out of jail, different things like that, drugs, alcohol, whatever. So I never really had a relationship with either of them. I would say as I got older, me and my dad try to speak more, like communicate to each other more. So, like, I appreciate that. Like, a lot of things can be fixed, like simple conversations. As simple as, hey, my bad. I'm sorry, you know?
Yeah.
But a lot of times people don't get the chance to do that. So
that's very true. That's very true. I do think it is weird, right? Because, I mean, your grandparents, again, they raised you for all intents and purposes. They are your parents, right?
Yeah. And my grandparents, and I look at it as everyone in my family had a part in raising me.
Right.
Like, my grandparents on both sides, my aunt and uncle, like, heavily influenced. Big cousins. Like, everyone, I took something from all of them.
Yeah.
Like, I would say, like, a community raised me, really.
Took a village.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, it's wild because, like, in that instance, that sort of picture you painted about, like, seeing your mom out, right? But knowing that you don't really have maybe the skill set you think it may take to be able to bridge that gap. Maybe at some points in time, maybe even the desire lacked. Like, to do it. Like, I don't know if at all points in time you were just ready for that conversation, or do you have any sort of anger, right, for you, either your parents, and what has happened there, even though you've been able to talk to your father and build some of that up? Do you still feel like there's some sort of leftover resentment or something like that maybe would have also stopped you from trying to have that conversation?
Not so much.
Okay.
I mean, my mom and I's relationship is different. Because there was one time we hadn't spoke in like 5 years, and I was going through some things in Louisiana. I was at school, and I felt like I didn't have anyone. And mind you, I hadn't spoke to my mom in 5 years, and I just felt like I was at rock bottom, and I had nowhere to go. So I drove home from Louisiana. It's like 16, 17 hours, and again, I'm not telling anyone what I'm doing. I just drove to my mom's house, and I'm like, hey, like, I got nothing right now. And she basically was just like, I can't get mad because I don't know if it was, you know, like, alcohol or drugs, like, talking, but basically she was like, I don't want nothing to do with you. Like, you gotta go. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I felt like I have no one, and I was like, maybe, hopefully, like, you'll have me this one time. You know what I'm saying? Like, 5 years we haven't spoke. I'm hoping, like, maybe this time you'll have my back, because I don't feel like I got no one right now. But that wasn't the case. So maybe with that one was like a little resentment. Like, it's hard to forgive things like that.
Yeah.
Like, when you fall, like you at rock bottom, it just felt like I was being kicked. You know what I'm saying? Like, by someone that's supposed to pick me up. Yeah. So that one's hard to deal with.
Yeah, getting to realize, like, that realization that your parents are just a couple of fucking people is a weird one. Like, we look at them like they're supposed to be something else. But if you do get if you live long enough, and I'm talking like I'm old or some shit, but like if you live long enough, you see shit change. And you also get enough time to observe other people grow as well. Like, I was there when my dad was raising me. That's not the same nigga I'm talking to today. But I got to see him grow because he was like in his early 20s when he had us. Like, so he was a kid, essentially. So when I'm looking up at him as a kid, I'm looking at an adult that's supposed to know everything and be super strong and whatever else I just believe an adult man is supposed to be at the time. But then, like, you keep getting older and, like, maybe you get taller, you start looking them eye to eye. You're like, oh, nigga, you just like a dude.
Yeah.
Like, and then you get older and you get more wisdom and more knowledge and you're like, oh, you're really you're just a dude that's out here trying to figure it out like the rest of us every day. You just happen to be my dad.
Yeah.
Right. But you can see the more conversations you have with them, or again, the more observation you're allowed to have just with people in general, you can see the deficiencies that they have as humans and the lack of capability that they have in certain areas. And you would also have to go back to, like, how were they raised?
Yeah.
Like, what did they see as options or possibilities when they were young, and what got them to this place? Because much like you, my mom was also on drugs, running around. She died 6 years. I'm definitely going to get this wrong. It was something like 4 or 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not quite certain.
Yeah.
But we had some conversations probably like the year of before she died. Pretty certain it was crack. I think, not quite certain, but they found her in their apartment. She had been in there for like days. And, it was just, at some point for yourself, there does have to be this huge revelation of, that was a woman that tried. Those were her cards. Like, she didn't stand a chance. She tried, but that's a different mindset that I don't, know too much about. Because I grew up in a far more just fortunate set of circumstances than my mom did.
Yeah.
Right. So then to try to go look back and judge her on all of her things is like, her life wasn't cool like mine growing up. So, she had me, but, a lot of people have people and haven't gone through the gambit of questions of, how am I going to do this exactly? Like, what are the things that I truly want to pass on to this young person that I grow to? Like, our generation is mad fortunate. So we're having a lot more of those thoughts and conversations. Now we're raising our children and we're having conversations with them, and we're trying to give vulnerability to them and have them be emotionally intelligent and all that sort of stuff. But I didn't expect that from like our parents and grandparents. We're getting to be like the first people that can really start doing that for their children.
Yeah.
Because we're even having there's no way that our parents or grandparents were really about to sit down, especially as men, and have these types of it just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just wasn't going to happen. So, we gotta have some sort of resolution, there with those people. But I do want to bring it back to you. Okay, so we kind of left off as far as you doing sports around 15, 16. That's when the intensity kind of started to pick up as far as the stress level of it all.
Yeah.
And then where do we go from there?
That's when I just started to view baseball a little different. I started to view it not as a game anymore, but as an outlet.
Yeah.
Like as a way out, as a way to provide things like that. So, but I also think that's what, it slowly started there, and then it just went down a deeper hole from there, because it wasn't a game anymore. It wasn't really fun. Every time I showed up to play, I'm looking at it as, hey, bro, this life or death for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't end up like this over here. It's not something I do for fun.
Yeah.
So
you are at this point, and now at what age are we talking about? You are done enjoying the sport. But this is, I guess, going into
probably around my probably the end of my junior year of high school.
Okay.
I didn't it wasn't fun anymore. And it wasn't fun after that. Like, don't get me wrong, there would be some days are better than others.
Right.
But that's with everything.
Yeah.
But for overall, big picture, it wasn't fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that I thoroughly and I genuinely enjoyed.
And how long? So at that point, how long did you play?
Until my last year of independent ball was, I think I was 26.
How old are you now?
28.
Okay, so that was so we're talking about from about age 17-ish to 26.
Yeah.
We're playing ball and having zero fun doing it.
Yeah.
But you're making it happen though.
Yeah. And that's facts. I'm not lying about none of this.
Yeah.
My teammates would tell you
that's what I was about to ask you. I was like, when you're showing up with the game face on, nah, nigga, we get into it. What's up?
Yeah.
What is it like as a teammate? Have you asked them, hey man, what's it been like working with me?
Yeah.
Because I'm psycho about this. So how did you see them responding to the way that you were acting?
Yeah. A lot of times coaches, they always preach to us, hey, be good teammates, things like that. I'm not afraid to admit, I was an asshole, but I was an asshole to myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't an asshole to my teammates because they did a lot for me. They kept me out of a lot of trouble, kept me safe. A lot of times, some of them. So when I say an asshole, being an asshole to myself, it was just I had a bad attitude, things like that, but it wasn't geared towards anyone. It was all on me. Mm-hmm. It's that going back to the pressure. You put all this pressure on yourself. I'll just beat myself up.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. So it seems so you turn in on yourself as opposed to exploding on other people.
Yeah.
So did that ever? I was gonna ask, how did that manifest itself? Would you just work out to the point of exhaustion, or try to kind of harm yourself through exercise or through any sort of means? Was there a way of trying to self-sabotage or hurt yourself in any way, shape, form, or fashion?
Different things. I don't, being an asshole, I would break things a lot of times, just have random outbursts.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'm not being able to control my emotions, just throwing stuff in the locker room, clubhouse, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got kicked out of more practices than I can't even count. You know what I mean? It just,
damn.
There was a couple times where I had quit.
Oh, word.
One time was at Grambling when I drove back home to Virginia. I had got kicked out of practice, and I'm already tripping because I'm barely sleeping every night. I'm taking so many Adderalls just function and get through this shit. I'm barely sleeping, so my mind ain't there at the time. And I had got kicked out of practice, and I had texted our coaching staff. I was like, hey bro, I'm done. I quit. I'm going home. Fuck it. So that lasted for a week and a half. But that was when I was telling you I felt I can't tell. I felt I couldn't tell anyone that this just happened.
Yeah.
So I'm not telling anyone what's going on. I just showed up at my mom's house.
Yeah.
And I didn't even tell her.
Right.
I'm just hey, I'm
here.
Yeah. So,
knock, knock.
Yeah.
Yo. All right. So all right. When did the I'm probably gonna hop all out of chronological order here, but when did any sort of healing process begin? Right? So you're going through all this stuff. You're not really processing it so well because you're really just smashing stuff up and quitting. And first of all, that's fire, by the way, to be able to quit and come back. You know how good you gotta be to just quit shit on the fly and be allowed to come back? Yeah. That's wild. Yeah. So congrats to that. But you're having a hard time processing this. So what was one of the first things that kind of made you start thinking, man, maybe I should try to figure out this anger thing or this just processing of events of my life thing?
Yeah. I think it was my junior year of college. I was ineligible, and we were waiting on a waiver to get cleared by the NCAA so I could play. Because I was ineligible after the fall, but I took a bunch of winter classes that, potentially allowed me to be eligible for the spring. But the waiver it was already like April, and the waiver hadn't been passed. And I'm like, damn, I done missed half the season.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, like, I got to figure this out. Like, I can't waste another year. So I moved. I went to Florida by myself. I had texted my aunt and my grandma. I was like, hey, I'm going to go train with this guy named Jose Fortuna. He was my trainer in Plant City, Florida. For being real, like, Jose probably saved my life. Like, I'm dead ass serious. Like, he definitely saved my life.
Why do you say that?
Because when I left Louisiana, I went to Florida by myself, and I was living with Jose. And, he's no nonsense, like, no nothing. Like, there's no drinking, there's no smoking, there's no girls. Like, mind you, I'm living at his house, and he has a wife, family. So, like, I'm not bringing any type of bullshit in his house. He's
For
like,
sure.
If you're gonna live with me, this how you rocking. He was a Dominican dude.
Yeah.
But he definitely saved my life. He challenged me every day, and it just made me want to be better. That's when I started maturing. My junior year of college, like, living with him, seeing, like, I'm like, damn, he wake up 4:30 a.m. every day. He's working out before he goes and trains us. And I'm like, he crazy.
Yeah.
At the time I'm thinking he crazy, but, like, I still take those life lessons to this day, just like the way he went about his business. And he just living there with him for that time, it just prepared me mentally. Like,
yeah, a lot of it is a lot of our maturation is about, like, who we're around. Right?
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. We're just far more impressionable than we like to believe. And sometimes we think, especially if you have a big ego, that you can be amongst a crowd or whatever and stand out and be something else. But it's like, if you start hanging out with X, Y, and Z, a lot of times you're going to be that.
Exactly.
You're going to adopt those styles. And you're going to be that.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just cool to be able to be around people that just move differently. They just move through life differently, just navigate it differently than we've seen before. And it doesn't even have to be about the lectures that they give you about how to do life. It's just watching them do it.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, you just move differently. Like that, like you just move honorably. Like I want to take a little bit of that, and I'm gonna just start doing some of that.
He's one of the few men on this earth that's ever seen me cry. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, that don't happen.
Right.
And he was one of the few men on this earth that's ever seen.
Now, which one doesn't happen? Another man see you, or the crying itself? Do you cry alone, or do you just not even? Oh, okay, so you do cry. You do get it out.
Yeah.
You just make sure.
Always by myself, though.
But you also said man. So So have there been women around that?
I mean, my grandma has seen me cry before.
Okay.
My aunt. But besides that.
And when that has been the case, are you opening up about what's going on, or are they just like kind of having to wonder what's happening and you're just crying?
Yeah. Really, look, my grandma is, as I've gotten older, she's kind of like learned, like, not to ask what's going on, but more so just to let me know, like, she got me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And those are the things that I value. I don't value when people want to know what's, like, like, people try to be there for you, but a lot of times they just want to know what's going on.
For sure.
They don't really give a fuck.
For sure.
So I value the people that don't ask what's going on. Just let me know, like, hey, like, I'm riding. Like, if you need something, I'm riding. Yeah. That's what means something to me. Because a lot of times we open up to people about things, and then, you might fall out with that person. But now they know things that you don't tell the average person, and now y'all not even friends no more. So it's like they could use that, and that's not how I get down.
Yeah. yeah, I've heard that before. But essentially he's just saying like this, doing this podcast may be too much for me. He's like, shit, I could say something on here and, you know, someone takes some information about me and then try to twist it or use it. And I'm like, fuck. I didn't. I'm like, damn, like, I'm not even thinking about the possible enemies or whomever that would want to do. And, you know, I'm just like, damn, that's wild. It's just a wild space to even be in, to feel like you got to kind of look over your shoulder in that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know what sort of relationships that person has or what you have, but do you feel like there are people out there that do want poorly for you? Oh.
I mean, I can't.
There may be a couple people out there that you're not on the best of standings with.
Yeah, I can't really speak on none of that. But I mean, I could say some things.
But the answer is not no.
Yeah, exactly. Like there was I had too many situations. I'm not gonna speak on anything here, in Virginia. But I had too many situations going on in Louisiana that wasn't even like my business to be in.
Yeah,
I'm not even from here.
Yeah,
like
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and first of all, I'm supposed to be an athlete,
right?
And what we got going on
got nothing to do with sports.
Yeah, like.
It's like, this is not what I came out here for.
I used to tell, cause I was just tripping all the time. Cause I mean, it got to a point in college where like I didn't give a fuck about my life like at all. Like I'm in so much like little trouble like all the time. Cause it's just so I can laugh about this stuff now because like I'm healed from it.
That's good.
But at the time, like.
It wasn't something to laugh at.
It's so many days like I shouldn't be here right now. You know what I'm saying?
Those thoughts.
Yeah, like it's like I think for like there was one time when I was in Louisiana, shit had like spiraled out of control, and I was in like I don't know what the fuck it was, like a mental. I don't know, like a mental health facility.
Okay.
Shit, I was there for like 5 days or a week or something like that.
Now, what does one have to do to be admitted into? Because I literally have no idea. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what people, because I think the spectrum of like mental health is so large.
Yeah.
You know, and if you've been in and out of a facility or you've been just through a hospital, you can. I remember RJ told me about this. I'll never forget. He was like, we were younger and he just started working at security at a hospital, and he was like, bro. He was like, this mental health shit is real.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Stupid.
I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, bro, like, you legit see a nigga come in and like he's tripping. He's going crazy. He's spitting at people. He's kicking. He's punching. He's like acting wild. I gotta jump on him. You know, like we gotta stop this man. He was like, and then he'll be in there for a couple days and he'll come out and he's mad respectful.
Yeah.
He just like, he seems like someone that shouldn't be in here at all.
Yeah.
He was like, it's so weird that people can go from that to that. Mm-hmm. And so because of the spectrum, I don't really know all that, you know, people feel like has to happen for them to admit themselves, or what other people feel like they have to see someone go through before they try to get someone admitted.
Yeah.
But go ahead and tell your story. What was taking place?
I hadn't talked at this point in time. I hadn't talked to my family in probably like 3 months. Like I wasn't responding to nobody. Like my aunts, grandma, like no one could get in touch with me.
Yeah. This nigga got 3 phones and could nobody get in contact with him. It's crazy.
So yeah, my homeboys always joke around like this. But yeah, I wasn't responding to no one. But I had texted one of my childhood friends from Virginia, and I'm like, hey, bro, like I don't know how much longer like I'm gonna be able to keep going. Like this shit all crashing down. Like I don't know how much longer like I'm finna like be here the way I'm living right now. And they had drove to my grandma's house and they were like, you talk to D, like something ain't right. Like, cause I don't open up to no one. Like I'm never, it could be the worst day of my life. I'm not finna tell my homeboys. Like that's just not me. Like I'm gonna face that shit. Cause I know they got other shit going on too. So I just try to carry the shit by myself because it's a lot. You put your burdens on someone else. But they had drove to my grandma's house and they told them like something not right, and my grandma couldn't get in contact with me. So I think she had called the apartment complex or the police in Louisiana, and they showed up to my apartment and they just banging on the door, and they like, they just, you all right? Like, everything all right? Like, I'm just like, man, get the fuck on. Like, I'm chilling. Like, I'm not chilling, but I'm telling them, I'm like, just get the fuck on. I'm chilling. And then the police officer's like, hey, this is so-and-so from, the department. And I've always, every encounter I've had with police, I'm always respectful because, like, they could ruin your day real quick. So I'm always, yes, ma'am, no, sir. Like, whatever, I'm abiding by that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So once they said, once they introduced themselves, I opened that door right up, And so she comes in the door, it was a female officer. She's like, hey, we got some calls, like, you all right? Like, just checking in. It's like, you feel okay? Things like that. Just like, yeah, I'm chilling. And, but she could tell I wasn't.
Yeah.
So, they put me in the back of the ambulance. Like, I'm not in handcuffs or nothing. They just more so worried about, like, my well-being. And they take me to the hospital. And I'm in the back of the ambulance, they're just, like, asking me questions. She asked me something like, do you feel like, you're a danger to yourself or a danger to others right now? And, I always say dumbass shit. Like, well, not now, but, like, younger me always say dumbass shit, just not knowing like what it could.
Yeah, what the repercussions might be to it.
So she's like, you feel like you're a danger to yourself or a danger to others, and I probably said something to the effect like, shit, the way this shit going, like, ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right, like maybe,
yeah, like just some dumb shit, but like that's nothing to play with.
Yeah,
but I was probably said some shit just not even thinking. So they take me to the mental health facility and I'm there for like 5 days. But it's shit. Yeah, people was tripping in there. Like I was tripping, but not how they was tripping.
Yeah.
I'm tripping because I got all this shit going on that I don't know how to manage. Like I got grown men like needing shit from me. Like I'm, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm 19, 20, 21. Like what the fuck you need from me?
Yeah.
And just all the shit going on. And,
yeah, that's probably a great point to stop on. Is like when you become any sort of successful and people know it.
Yeah.
Sometimes motherfuckers come and they're like, yo, I need something.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, being young and having older people. And then is there some part of you that feels like some of these people you actually are supposed to be giving something to? Or like, because you had this idea, like the kind of whole idea behind sports for you is, I got to give this shit back to my grandparents. Like they did all this for me. Like I got to give something back.
Yeah.
So that having kind of be your core motivator, I could see how that might trickle out and you might feel like you need to take care of more people than maybe you really need to take care of. And I think that that's a very common sports like story as well.
Yeah.
It's like mad NBA players, NFL players, whatever, trying to take care of 50 people and ending up with broke and having nothing. And a lot of these people will never speak into them again once they can't do anything for them.
Yeah.
Right.
That's we can definitely go.
Yeah. So I was gonna, so go ahead and what are your thoughts on that?
At Grambling, at Grambling, I was on a full ride scholarship, and I also got Pell money from the government just because my mom and dad wasn't in the picture, so they like, hey, you fucked up, like take all this. But like, I ain't
all right,
yeah.
Shout out to them for that.
Yeah, so I got full Pell plus the scholarship money, so I was chilling.
Yeah.
And I was younger me, always wanted to like take care of people. Even like if it wasn't really my place, I just always felt like that was the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I don't know if you've ever experienced this with like your family or any friends, but like rehab not cheap, and I'm sending some people like real close to me. I'm not saying nobody names on here, but like I'm helping them like try to get straight, but at the same, I'm the one that's fucked up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I need help, but I'm trying to help all these other people. I'm sending some people, you know, I'm trying to make sure they straight. My dad is like, he's got cancer, and it was just too much to go. It was too much going on. On top of me having to be an athlete. Like there was so many days, I can't tell you how many. We used to have weights at like 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. It was so many days where like I hadn't gone to sleep the previous, you know, that night. I hadn't been to sleep yet.
And is Adderall kind of mixed into this?
Oh, for sure.
Well? Yeah.
I'm taking...
Yeah, because you're not getting too much sleep off the Addies.
Nah, and I'm taking... The most I'm taking in a day is 3, but like that...
Now, what milligram are they? Because that matters. Listen, I've had my Adderall since, so I know everything about them. We talk about the 30 MX or the 30 milligram XR, extended releases, or we talking about the little 10 instant releases?
I'm taking whatever I can get.
Anything. Yeah. We just popping them like Skittles.
Yeah. Like whatever. I don't take Adderall no more. Yeah. So it's funny that I can speak on these things, yes. But every city that I was in, like for baseball, whether it was Louisiana, Maryland, like whatever, I'm finding Adderall wherever. Hey, who got it?
It is easy to find.
Yeah. It's super easy. Yeah. So I'm taking whatever, like just 20s, 15, whatever. Like whatever I can get my hands on, I'm taking.
So then there's some string of days then where you're probably just not sleeping.
Nah, for sure.
If you're having to wake up at 5 but you're still taking Adderall,
and that's why I'm not in the right train of thought.
Right.
It's like I'm not getting any sleep.
Yeah. So
I'm making crazy decisions out here just off the strength of me just like not sleeping.
Yeah. At that point, it's like there are only but so many great decisions we can make every single day with a full night's rest. You know what I'm saying? Like by 3-4 o'clock p.m., like making good decisions, that shit start to slide. Like it's not, which is why they say, yo, after 10 p.m., just go in the house. Just go home, go to sleep. Just be with your stay from outside. Yeah. Because you're not doing nothing good outside after 10 p.m. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So for you to not sleep for strings of days, you could definitely see yourself. And that's what's weird. Like you could be you and then just have a string of Adderall nights and workouts and Red Bulls and whatever else. And then now you're in a completely state of mind where you're making completely different situational decisions and treating people differently, treating yourself differently. Yeah, that's pretty fucking wild.
Mind you, I told you, like, I'm waking up every day, like, or if I woke up that day, like, if I went to sleep, but I'm doing shit and I don't care, like, the consequence.
Yes.
So, like, there was one time in Texas, my family gonna laugh about this. They know, though, obviously. I'm going 127 on the highway.
Oh, yeah.
And,
that is so fast.
They get behind me and I see the lights and I keep going. So I get up to like 130 something and I see the exit. So I just I went down the exit and then there was like 3 up. Yeah, there was 3 cars behind me and I finally pulled over like at the exit. And I'm telling him, like, when he approached my car, I'm just telling him, hey, I was just trying to find a safe place to pull over. But really, like, I was trying to get...
I was going to see if I had it in me to try to scoot on away. Yeah. Sometimes when people talk about, like, having made bad decisions, some of them... It's like you made not just one bad decision, but in order to make like the kind of big bad decision, you had to make mad little bad decisions along the way to get there. You're in a Honda Accord.
Yeah.
Do you know you got to press down on the gas? You got to hold that bitch down.
Yeah.
And you have to slowly, steadily see the speedometer go up. Because, again, it ain't just jumping up to 130. Mm-hmm. So you have to sit there and get through 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 100, 100. And this whole, you're making all of them decisions as the speedometer is slowly going, and you just like faster.
Yeah.
Faster. First of all, had you prior to that been in a car going that fast ever?
Yeah, because I used to get so many tickets.
Oh, okay.
My license was always suspended.
Did you used to race? Or you just used to drive hella fast?
Just fast.
Just drive
because I didn't care about
anything. Yeah. Really.
Like, I'm like, whatever.
So when you were doing it, was it just the thrill of doing it? Was it like the thrill of this could end at any moment? Is it like, what are we going for with the speed? Because I often wonder that with people that just speed, because I'll be driving slow as fuck. So I just people that just go fast as hell. Like, is it just the adrenaline rush? Like, what are you feeling when you're going that goddamn fast? Because that's fast.
Yeah.
That's hella fast. That's double the speed that like most people will ever go.
Yeah. For me, I think it just came from, I don't care either way. Like, if this bitch flip, it flip.
Right.
Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, shit, if it flip, so I'm gone. Like,
that's probably for sure at those speeds. Yeah.
But at the time, I'm not caring because I'm already feeling like I got nothing to live for anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't drive like that no more at all. I mean, so. But yeah, it's crazy just thinking back at it. Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. And again, for people that know you that are going to listen to this, would it be super wild for them to hear that? Would it be like, holy shit? Like, I would have never even guessed that he would have been on that type of time.
My homeboys know, like, they knew, but no, they also know that I'm real hard headed. So like, they can tell me whatever, but like at the end of the day, like, I could tell you whatever. Like, you still gonna make whatever decision you want to make, you know. And I've learned things like that. It doesn't matter how much you try to help someone, like, they still gonna do whatever they want to do.
That's a super fact. So, because I don't want to, I feel like it would be negligent for me to not speak on this point. So, sometimes we have an issue giving love and acceptance to other people.
Yeah.
Other times we have a very hard time, or sometimes your issue is being able to receive it from other people. So you give it out, you try to take care of other people, but allowing people to know what you're going through and sharing what you're going through them. To me, well, from what you said, it's like, well, we're not doing that part because I'm not putting what I got on someone else.
Yeah.
Now, what do you say about someone that, like, say, for instance, you did decide to take yourself off this earth, right? For friends of yours or people that care for you, if they had hypothetically in this situation said, well, I wish he did tell me, because if we could have had a talk, or even him just telling me was enough, to help him get through the next day, I wish he would have, because that is a huge part of being a loved one or being a friend to someone is, we all got shit going on. And maybe I'll tell you if what you're saying to me is too much or whatever the case is, or I can't do anything about it. But a huge part of, being a loved one to someone is being able to shorten down those filters to where you wouldn't normally say this to a stranger, but we're not like that. I'm going to tell you straight up what's going on with me.
Yeah.
And again, you don't have to, I'm not expecting for you to do something about it, but I'm just going to share this portion of my life with you because that's what we do. We share things when we come together, because if we don't share things, and this is why I feel like a lot of guy relationships are trash as fuck, is they don't share those things. So motherfuckers just like not be knowing things about things. Shit, man, I was talking to Mikey the other day. This nigga Mikey hit me up. It was like, hey man, like one of our guys, he's dealing with some stuff with his family. I just learned about this. Like, we need to kind of come together and make something happen for so-and-so, because Mikey's always trying to save the world. Mikey's blown so much of the world up with all of his antics early on in life that I think he now wants to try to put it back together. That's my particular stance on Mikey. But I hit Mikey back like, hey, bro, you didn't know this, but that thing that you're talking about with this friend of ours, that's been going on for years. So you just found out about it. So you're like, oh, we got to come together. I'm like, bro, he been dealing with that for like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
And he just hit me back like, man. Like, that's all he had to say back. Like,
That
man.
is something.
He's like, man.
That's how he takes.
And, you know, but again, it's one of those things where like he would have never, he just didn't know, because motherfuckers don't tell their friends shit about what's going on. So you end up just talking about sports. You talking about football. You talking about what the fuck happened with Kendrick and Drake last year. You talking about you talking about like a bunch of bullshit TikToks. You're just talking about a bunch of bullshit, but no one is sharing experience on like what is going on with you.
Yeah.
Like as a human, what's going on with you? How you feeling? How you doing? Oh, that happened. Oh, how you been dealing with that? How you been navigating that? Oh, you know, I went through something like that a few months ago in my family or whatever. But like all like this thing that we're doing right here, the reason I do it is because it is so weirdly now archaic. It's such a weird thing to simply sit down in the ideas we're just going to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Like that's all we're going to do is have a conversation. Like people are so far removed from that. Clearly, you know that. People are so far removed from that the amount of processing that just like speaking about things does, especially with someone that can listen to you and can respond right appropriately, is immense. But if we're not having the conversations, then you kind of just like be in your own mind, just cycling the shit through on its own, and you're not really like getting anywhere else. You know, you need like some other perspectives and from other people to like ask you a question that maybe you haven't asked yourself yet, or whatever the case is. You know, have some clashing ideas with someone else that make you think differently about what it is that you're going through. Maybe you don't always want to hear it, but just even having that perspective is huge.
Yeah.
So how would you feel about people that would want you to speak more about your situation to them, because because if you could offload just like 2% of it onto them, you know, and 2% over here and 3% over there, like that would mean something to you, and they know that, and maybe they would like to be that one of those people for you. How do you feel about that?
I do try to open up more nowadays because I'm in that, you know, I train kids, you know, I coach. So I want the families to know, like, you know, who I am as a person. Like, because a lot of times, a lot of coaches and trainers, like, they just put on this front, like, you know, like, you
either pull that forward or scoot up. Yeah, I just want to hear a bit more.
A lot of times, in my opinion, nowadays, like, coaches and trainers just, like, put on a front. Like, they act a certain way at the facility, and then they leave, and they someone else. Like, you know, it's all fake ass energy. You know, it's, they fake care, things like that. Like, you can say what you want about me, but like, I'm genuine as fuck. Like, I'm gonna tell you what it is, like what it ain't. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely care, or I genuinely don't.
Right.
I'm gonna let you know either way. There's no second guessing. And when it comes to my job and the next generation, like, that's all I care about, because I'm trying to prevent, you know, some of the situations that I was in. I'm trying to prevent that from happening to, you know, any other kid.
So a lot of these things that we've talked about so far have been very particular to you, right? Like family life and things of that nature.
Yeah.
What is it that is very like mostly focused in sports that you feel like you want to pass on to the future generation, or the people in particular that you're training now?
Yeah. I don't even know where to start.
What's the first thing about sports that you feel like people that you wish someone had told you when you got into it?
Just how much failure there is. How much, you know, as you get to higher levels, you're going to fail more than you succeed. The best players in the world still fail more than they succeed. And you got to be okay with waking up the next day and keeping this shit going. Like, I tell the kids right now, like, I work with, like, I work with high level kids, and I also work with younger kids. And I try to tell the younger kids too, because I'm trying to prepare them for this shit so they don't have to prepare when they get there. Like, you already prepared, you know, at the age of 12. Like, when you 15, 16, this shit, nothing. And I be telling them, like, today could be the best game or the worst game you ever had. Once you leave the field, that shit don't matter. Whether it was the greatest game in your life or the worst game in your life. When you leave the field, that shit is over. You got to be able to wake up the next day and do this shit again. It's like, you can't dwell on a negative, and you can't live with all this. You know what I mean? Like, you can't dwell on
celebration of you winning can only last but for so long. Like,
right. Yeah. So it's just, you gotta be able to flip the switch, keep the shit going, and that's something I really struggle with. You know, I take if I'm having a bad day, and there was like, I wouldn't want to talk to no one. Just, you know, just make other dumb decisions. Go do some shit I ain't supposed to be doing. Just, I didn't know how to manage like my emotions. Yeah. But nowadays, I try to take emotions out of the equation. Like, I don't make decisions off emotion. Like, I try to take the emotions out of everything I do to make sure like this is genuinely the decision that I want to make. This is genuinely what I want to say. Yeah. But if you make decisions off emotions, that's like, a lot of times that ain't even really what you really wanted. So,
So how do you take that time, or is it exactly what you do? Like, when something's going on, I'm certain you have emotions about it. Yeah. So do you just say to yourself, now's not the time to make the decision? Like, I just need to relax. I'll come back to this.
I'll question what I'm feeling. Okay. Like, if it's something positive or negative, I'ma still question it. Like, why do I feel this way? Why do I want to do this? And sometimes, like, if you can't really answer the question, you'll get your answer. Yeah. But it all came from me being able to move like this now. All came from all the dumb shit I used to do. Just like, why am I in this situation? Why did I do this?
Yeah, that's I did want to get to that as well. As now that you're in this place where you can laugh about so many things, right? Yeah. Which is great, right? Because I think that's one of the true markers that you have done a lot of healing is laughter. Yeah. Like, when you can really laugh about some shit, even you're going through something with like a lady of yours or something, like, once you and her can laugh about it, you're good. You're actually good. Not just when she says, nah, we're okay, we're fine, we're good. It's like, okay. Once I can make a joke about it, and I get you to laugh about it too, now we're good. But before then, I don't believe you. I do not believe that we're good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's cool. All right. So now that you can laugh about these things, you're looking back. How do you... First of all, when did you start working with kids? Let me ask you that first. That's going to be a better way into it. When did you start working with these kids?
When I finished playing, I got right into coaching.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Was that something that was a part of the plan, or was that just something that...
For the longest, I didn't have a plan. Okay. Even when I was playing, I had no plan. Just doing this shit because this is what I know. Yeah. I don't know nothing else. Right. Yeah. So I had no plan. Yeah. I'm not afraid to admit that either. Yeah. I ain't gonna get up here and bullshit.
Yeah. And is there even a plan now?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm like, bro, I'm overly locked in. Like, I don't go out. I don't do nothing. Like, I work. Even I come back home for Thanksgiving, I'm working. Like, I look at this as work because I'm using this for work. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. I'm always working. Absolutely. I don't go out. I just work.
And what's the main motivator now?
I'll say my past. It's like...
Okay. All right. So there we go. Now we're full circle. So now that you can laugh about all these things, you look back at yourself. What has happened that has been... I mean, out of all these things you talked about that you feel like was terrible in the moment, but now you see that it has given you a very unique perspective that you could pass on to someone else, some unique insights about life, right? Like, what's something that you see as a blessing in disguise from your past now?
I guess all the, I don't know if trauma is a good word, but just all the different, I guess I'll just say that. I guess trauma and just using it for my advantage. Like sometimes I used to look at it as, it's me against the world or the world is against me. But now I just use it as positivity. Like I'm able to flip it now. Like all this dumb shit that happened and all the shit that I was doing, I'm able to take that and turn it into like positive like work now. Cause it's like I feel mentally nowadays I feel like mentally bulletproof. Like there's nothing could happen today where I ain't gonna be able to get up tomorrow and keep this shit going. And sometimes like, when I told a couple people this and they looked at me like I was crazy, but I don't think I'll tell you what I told them. I told a couple people, I'm like, you can lose the person if you lose the person you love the most today, like whether that be your wife, husband, whoever it is, grandma, whatever, you got to be able to wake up tomorrow and keep going. Like you just have to, and that's how I am right now. Like there's nothing. I just feel like bulletproof mentally. Like person tell me they don't fuck with me, okay, cool. What that mean? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just focus on the next generation. And I got like my solid day ones that I grew up with, and that's that. I'm cool. Yeah. I don't search for nothing else. I want to be there for these kids, and me and my homeboys locked in, and that's that.
Okay. All right. So aside from there's going to be wild failures and way more failures than successes.
Yeah.
What's another thing from sports in particular that you feel like is swept under the rug, or enough athletes don't know about, don't think about, whether it be coaching in athlete relationships, or it's just kind of the business in itself, and then athlete relationships, or with athlete to athlete relationships, or like what else do you feel like they should know?
I think a lot of athletes struggle with what they do when it ends.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's I'm not saying nobody name on here, but I've had people that I knew, like when sports ends, they don't really have they don't know what to do. They get lost. So it could be drugs, it could be this, it could be that, but like they go on and they don't know anything else.
That's that identity crisis thing.
Yeah.
Where again, the largest layer to you has been being an athlete. That's what I know how to do. Yeah. Without that, not only like what do I do, but who am I without it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what do I even, do I have a value?
Yeah.
Without it? Am I now non-valuable?
Exactly.
If I can't go out on a field and perform.
I think a lot of athletes struggle with that.
So, and how would you help them or say to them about how to navigate that a little bit? Not saying that this is just going to just fix everybody's problems, but how would you even begin to have that conversation with someone that's trying to figure that out?
I say, really, you have to do some self-reflecting. You're not going to just wake up tomorrow and have all this shit figured out. But you have to self-reflect and see where your heart's at, genuinely. Like, everyone has other skills. Like, you can't tell me the only skill you have on this earth is being an athlete.
Right.
And if so, shame on you.
Yeah.
For real. Like, I ain't sugarcoating that shit.
Yeah.
If the only skill you got is throwing a football or hitting a ball or whatever the case may be, shame on you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't even believe that, right? Because the first thing you said is there's no way that's your only.
Nah,
there's just no way. First of all, in order for you to even be able to play sports at any sort of high level, there's mad skills involved in that. So it's not just you throwing a ball. That's not the game, right? Yeah. There's games within the games, right? There's you learning how to collaborate and cooperate with a team.
Yeah.
That's a skill. A lot of motherfuckers don't know how to do that. And these are reasons why people put their kids in sports a lot of times in the first place. Everybody don't think that their kid gonna be LeBron, but they're like, but we need them to learn some shit. We need them to learn how to play with other kids. We need them to learn dedication, some perseverance, how to take an L, all these types of things. Just how to come together, how to be on time for something, how to commit themselves to something for a while. So even as you are going through this and you just feel like you're just throwing the ball or whatever, you're learning mad other skills in there. So there should be able to be some sort of carryover or transference of those skills into something else that doesn't have to be athletic. You don't even have to be a coach.
Yeah.
Because everyone's not going to be a coach either. Mm-hmm. You know, because that also takes, you know, like some people skills to some degree and you know, and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I do. I mean, I agree with you. It definitely does take some self-reflection to figure out where your heart is at and what else you feel like you have to offer.
Yeah.
I'm certain that that's just very tough for a lot of people, especially when being an athlete's like a very particular thing, because it's a very popular thing to be. Like, you're cool. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you might be the man for a long time doing that thing. And if you ever seen someone peak, like in high school, when like I was having this conversation with my friend the other day, is like people that we thought were cool as fuck back in high school.
Yeah.
If we just look back at them now, it's like they weren't cool at all. Like, as you get older, you realize all the shit that you thought, all the morals, all the values you thought were cool, mostly because we were all raised on 50 Cent and shit. But like, if you look back, it's like that shit was not cool. Yeah. Most of the niggas that we thought was dope are in jail or dead or so, like that's not. Now looking back at it, it's like I don't want to live that life at all.
Yeah,
that's not even close. It's the stupidest. It's the furthest thing from where I want to be mentally. Right. Yeah. But that's what we thought was cool.
I think what I'm doing now is cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being in a position to be able to help prepare the next generation of athletes, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool to me.
That is cool.
Like, I don't care about none of this like all the shit I used to do. Like, that shit dumb.
Yeah, like, that is cool. Yeah, I never thought when I was younger about wanting or even not even wanting, but just even being someone that younger people look at.
Yeah.
But then you fuck around and get older, and every once in a while, a young person's looking at you, right? And then you now have to deal with that, you know, that being the case. But in a world where, because I do not envy these kids, I'm going to be honest with you, I do not envy having to grow up under the scrutiny of Instagram and TikTok and all the shit that they are just like stuck to all the time. Mm-hmm. I had some MySpace, you know, going up in like late middle school and then getting into like Facebook and stuff like that. Then everything started popping. But we had lived long enough to know that wasn't the world in that screen. But for these kids, a lot of them, it's the world. Mm-hmm. And I think to be able to give them just some sparks of what cool looks like outside of that shit that they see on Instagram every day. Yeah. Just like some people that aren't corny either. Cause you gotta like, there's a line that has to be sort of straddled. You can't be corny and think that kids are gonna listen to you as well, because it's like, oh, you corny. Yeah. Right, but you also don't want to lead them down nearly the same path that you were going when you were their age, right? So there is like this cool factor that kids do want out of a mentor of some sort. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I don't want you to act like my parents because my parents are corny. Yeah. But at the same time, you know, I'd like for you to not be, you know, looking like you're living any sort of thug life at all, you know, whatsoever. But to be able to again be cool and to be able to impart wisdom and show them that, like for instance, young men, to be able to be vulnerable around young men so that they can even see that is an option, because they may just be looking at men that don't do that, so they don't even think it's an option to do that. Yeah. And then once you show them they have an option, they're like, oh, this guy's cool. He's an athlete. I look up to him. He seems cool. He talks cool, and he's vulnerable. So like, I can do that too. Yeah. Like, I thought in order to be vulnerable, like, you had to be one of these bitch ass niggas that do it. Like, but he's cool and he's vulnerable. Okay, cool. That's something I can get with. I can be like that guy then. Yeah. You know. So I think that that's awesome. You know, I think it's kind of like would you say the guy was the your mentor in Florida?
Jose Fortuna.
Yeah, kind of like how he was to you. Like you just saw him just being a cool dude and just moving around coolly, and you were like, yeah, like that's cool.
Because with Jose too, like everything he got was like off the strength. You know what I mean? Like nobody gave him shit. His first language is not even English. You know what I mean? He come over here like he does this shit by himself. And that's just something like I respected the hell out of because he was just a good dude, authentic. Like that's what means. A lot of times, that's what I value the most out of people.
For sure.
It's just be yourself. Like don't come around like trying to be something you're not.
Yeah.
You don't have to put up a front. Just be you. I don't care if you are a fucking nerd or if you know what I'm saying? Or if you think you this, like, you know what I mean? Just be yourself.
Great Kendrick Lamar song is, I think it was off To Pimp a Butterfly. It's called, what is it? You Ain't Gotta Lie. But it's essentially, what's the chorus or something like, you ain't gotta lie to kick it, my nigga. You ain't gotta lie. You ain't gotta lie.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta lie to kick it, my nigga. You ain't gotta try so hard. Like that's it. And I mean, that's a super fact. I think we've known for a long time that the idea of cool has spread out, and it is just, and in this day and age, AI and a bunch of the other weird shit that goes on out there, motherfuckers don't know what's real and what's not anymore.
Yeah.
Information, someone's picture, I'm like, you're not even real. Like, that's not even a real person. Like, that's some CGI mixed with some AI mixed with some filters, and then there's a real person behind all those other things. It's like, that's not even. So I think now authenticity is sought after more than ever. Just give me something real. Just give me a real person. Someone that when I speak to them or I hear them talk, it sounds like just a grounded human just speaking real experience. And I think that that's more valuable today than it's ever been. Yeah. Ever been. Because shit is the fakest it's ever been.
But that's why I think I've only been in Florida for, I've always went back and forth from Florida, but I'm now living in Florida permanently. Like, it's only been 2 years. And I've met so many people out there just because that's where I'm at now, just through coaching and baseball, softball, things like that. And I think I've only been able to form those connections in that short amount of time just because I am authentic. Like I'm the same person in this facility as I am out of this facility. Like, now that might not be for everyone, but even if you don't like it, you still gonna respect it.
That's 1,000%.
You know what I'm saying?
It just happens.
You can't
help but respect it.
Yeah, you can't ever say I'm fake. Ain't a day on this earth like no one can be like, oh, he fake. Nah, ain't nothing fake going on over here.
Yeah. Yep, I told that to my girlfriend the other day too. I was like, if you're the same person in every room that you walk in, then you can tell everybody the same story.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to morph anything or try to lie or try to, it's like, nope, everybody, I was the same person in all them rooms, so everybody knows what it is. So no one's got to question me or question, was I doing this or doing that? It's like, nope, y'all all got the same version of me.
Yeah. Like the kids ask me questions all the time, like, why'd you go to 5 schools? You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Yeah. I'll tell them straight up because I was a dumbass. Like I was ineligible twice. Like this happened, like I'll tell them. Yeah. Then they appreciate that.
For sure.
Because I'm not making shit up like, oh, I got hurt, I was going to get drafted with my arm. Fuck that, bro. Like I'm going to tell you the shit straight up.
Yeah, because that's insight in information that someone can actually do something with. They're like, yo, he really did this and did that, and he told us about it too. Yeah, like he told us that he did this. He could have just lied and just acted like things was all cool. Yeah, and just kept up that facade. Because we're kids, we wouldn't have known any differently. Exactly. But like he told us the real shit, and life isn't cookie cutter. You can't just do the same thing that anyone else did and expect to get the same result. To go through is to get real, actual information, from experiences people have gone through. So you can see all the different ways that things can play out for people. And just having more information and more perspective is it's always better. Yeah. It's always better. Because then you can be like, oh, yeah, I see where this is going. hey, remember when Coach Hunt, he told us about this thing that he went through? This is like that, right? Like, you seeing it? I bet. Yeah. Now we know. Like, now we can see it coming because that dude he gave us the truth.
Yeah.
You know, so that's dope. That's dope as fuck. That's dope. Okay, so we got failures over successes. There's a million of those happening. We've gotten, not knowing really what to do afterwards and trying to take some time to self-reflect and figure out where you really stand and what other skills you have.
Yeah.
However you want to present yourself to the world. Give me one more thing that you feel like young athletes, regardless of the age that they're starting at or what sport they're playing, something that they truly need to take into consideration as they go through.
Don't do nothing because your mom and dad or whoever is raising you, because don't do anything for anyone else. Like, every decision you make every day has to be because you want to do it. And I try to stress that to the kids all the time. It's like, don't let other people put expectations on you. The only expectations that matter are your own. And that, that's pretty selfish, but it's the truth. And it makes things a lot easier.
There are certain words that I don't like that we've thrown super heavy negative connotations towards. And I think selfish is one of those words.
Yeah.
I think it absolutely behooves people to be a bit more selfish in certain situations.
Yeah.
Because some people, their issue is you are too selfish. Mm-hmm. Some people's issue is you try to give every bit of yourself away at all points of time and you don't got nothing left.
Yeah.
Like, you can't sustain, that's not sustainable. You can't just try to be there for everyone all the time, give your money away to everyone all the time. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen.
Yeah. That's for the younger kids. But just going off that, I'm gonna add another one. For the college athletes, I think they need to learn how to manage their money before they even get to college.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I got all that money, that was the most money I ever seen. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know what to do with that.
But you just get a big smile on your face when you say that, you know what time it is. That's the most money I've ever seen.
They don't teach you these things in high school.
Fuck no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we learning about shit. None of that shit I have used. I ain't gonna bullshit you.
None of that shit.
But it's
yeah, no, there's certain classes that are definitely far worse than others, but there's so much that we learn where it's like money management was an elective you had to take.
Yeah.
Right? But then there's certain maths or certain sciences that just what?
Yeah, that should be an elective.
Like, yeah, like what? Like, I'm be honest, calculus hasn't come across.
Yeah.
Not for me. Algebra 2 has not come into my inner matrix as an adult.
Yeah.
Learning some problem solving is great. Definitely learn how to problem solve, how to troubleshoot. There's a million different things within all that. Geometry, it's probably good to know your shapes and know things like that. That's the angling, all that stuff is great. But then there's just other things where, again, you're just knowing between, an igneous rock and a sedentary rock or whatever the fuck it was called. Like, these things, I can't even recite them correctly because it doesn't really matter. But having taken a money management class or information technology class or something like that would have been better. A gardening class, like learning how to grow your own food, or maybe a car mechanics class. Like, maybe that should have been more so like a prime thing that we can all learn how to. What the fuck is happening with a car?
Yeah.
Like, how does a car actually work? If I wanted to fix a small thing, could I fix that? Like, just some of the things, learning about taxes. What are taxes? Mm-hmm. How do taxes work? How do I get tax write-offs for things that I'm doing? Like, but again, just to your point of just finances in general, just simple, because we're doing all this, just simple budgeting. Mm-hmm. Just knowing how much money is coming in versus how much money is going out each month, and where I'm allocating my funds to. And is it proper allocation, or is it just like wildly just terrible? I'm just spending all my money at fast food places when I clearly could be investing some money in X, Y, and Z that would noticeably alter or increase the quality of my life in this way or shape, form, fashion. Yeah, that's tough. The financial thing is tough. Don't nobody know what to do with money. But I think that's just like it's terrible for most human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I didn't learn how to I'm still learning obviously, but I didn't value money probably until 2 years ago. Yeah.
Was there someone around to start teaching you about where you kind of might want to put your money or what you want to at least start considering? Yeah.
I met a couple people in Florida that it's funny because I tease them all the time, but they're rich, but they act fucking poor every day. They wouldn't go buy a Red Bull.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's not in the budget. You know what I'm saying?
It's not in the budget. Nah, I ain't doing that. It's not in the budget. I'm not doing. I know. Right? Rich people being frugal. When people first start seeing people with money and the way that they act with it, they're like, nigga, you got it though. Why are you acting like this? It's that's how you stay rich, buddy.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
So I learned that from them because I spend time with them every day. I see those two people. I'm not saying that. I see those two people every day. So, I learn from them daily.
Yeah, yeah.
So, those two people for sure, taught me to value money. But it's funny because people, the same message that someone else might have told me, I didn't, it's just...
Yeah, man, be like that. Yeah. Sometimes it's got to be the right, it's got to be the right way. It might have to be, because it's like a recipe. Sometimes it's got to be you in the right moment. Am I receptive to information today?
Yeah.
Am I receptive to information in this moment? Am I receptive from information from you?
Yeah.
Right? Because sometimes it'd be a motherfucker that just always want to tell you something, always want to just always have the answer. And so sometimes that can kind of steer you away from even listening to them. Sometimes it comes from a complete stranger. To this point right here, this conversation is happening against someone you haven't had a full conversation with ever, but now we're here having it so far, like an hour and a half long conversation about all this stuff. And sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it just comes from left field, just somewhere completely different that you would have never thought would have been the case.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are a lot of factors into that recipe of just if we're actually going to intake some information. But I'll tell you what, I think it definitely needs to be said that people should try to open up a bit more and try to take information from all sorts of people that don't look like them, people that look like them, people that are your age, younger than you, older than you, just open up your eyes and ears and try to take away whatever's good from wherever.
Yeah.
And not just try to siphon it from one source.
I learned so much from different kinds of people. I don't care where you come from. You can learn something from everyone. And that's just something I soak in a lot. I don't say much because I soak it in. You know what I mean? I'm not quick to speak on anything. I'd rather just observe and learn. And if I need to use it, well, then I'll speak.
Yeah.
But until then, I ain't speaking.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
A lot of times nowadays, I'd rather play dumb than let people know what I'm really doing. People my friends invite me to go places all the time on the weekends, and I'll make some shit up I'm with family or I got this going on, but really I'm working. But I ain't finna tell you I'm working because that just don't nowadays that shit don't even sound believable. But if I tell you, I'm at the casino, that sound believable, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just say some shit like that, and they'll be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, yeah.
But if I was to be like, "Oh, I'm working right now," they're gonna be like, "No, you bullshitting."
Yeah.
Why you believe this but not that?
Yeah, I guess the working thing is but damn, nigga, how hard you working?
Yeah.
It's just how many hours out the day are you working? How hard are you working?
That's all I'm trying to tell you. That's all I know, because I want to make sure, when I have a family, kids, they not living like I was living. You're not gonna have to do that. You're gonna work hard for sure, but I'm gonna make sure in return you taken care of.
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at things. I'm trying to work my ass off now, So, you know, when I'm 40, 45, like I could be there for my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking them to school, picking them up. Like we going to the gym. Like I ain't worried about no work. Like I ain't working.
Yeah.
I did all this shit. I'm chilling now.
Yeah.
So I want to be there for my family, be there for my kids, you know, later on. That's why I work as hard as I do now. But a lot of times I don't share that in common with a lot of people my age because they not there yet.
Was there any sort of like, aside from the mental health facility, was there any formal type of therapy that you tried out, or did you just do this all internally?
It was mostly all internally. I only went one place one time. My senior year, another school my senior year, I went to a small school in West Virginia called Glenville State. And that was actually this was after I was done living and training with Jose in Florida. So at the time I was in a great place, you know, mentally, because I had just left Jose's. Like I was feeling good. It's like, this is going to be a good year. So my senior year, it was pretty good. I did really well. It was probably my best year at college for sure, like statistically. But little things started happening again towards the end of the season. And, you know, I had approached my assistant coach because I'm more mature at this point. I'm not trying to I'm still not as mature as I am today, but I'm better than how I was.
Yeah.
So I approached our assistant coach and I'm like, hey, I don't know if I'm be able to play like the rest of the season. Like I'm telling him, I'm like, hey, I need to walk away right now. Cause I could feel these things like starting to happen again. And before it gets to that point, I want to attack it. I don't want to be attacked. I'm trying to attack the negative things. So I had missed like the last month of the season, but I graduated with like damn near like I don't know what my GP, the highest has ever been.
Okay.
So like I was doing good, but I had to like step away from, you know, sports at the time. So like I had missed the last month. But yeah, that was like, I was sad at the time, but looking back, I was proud of myself just for being able to recognize like, hey, you know, these negative thoughts is creeping back up. You need to attack them before they attack you. So I just...
Okay, so now you're trying to stay on top of it. Just trying to stay mindful.
And I went to see, you know, a counselor at the school. I only went once, but like, it was cool. Like for me, even wanting to talk to this dude, like I was proud of myself, even if I only went once. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I had played good enough that season to where I got to play, you know, 2 more years after college.
Yeah.
So even missing that last month, like I did enough. So I felt like it was a successful year, you know? So it was a good year.
Is there anything that you're doing down there in Florida now that you can speak on? Because I'm certain you got a bunch of stuff in the works that maybe you can't. I don't know. But what are you doing that you can speak on that you feel excited about or you just want to speak on?
I got a lot that I'm working on.
Okay.
I mean, I really don't, you know, I'm not big on sharing things.
Right.
I'm working my ass off, and I know everyone down there knows that. Like, they think I'm crazy how hard I work. Like, yeah, I am. Like, this is what I love. Like, so yeah, I am crazy about it. Like, yeah, I got a lot going on. I just, I got a guy that I look up to down there. He started a travel organization, like AAU, basically. In baseball, we call it travel and showcase. So he just started his own organization. So I'm going to be with him coaching 12U baseball team down there. And then on top of that, just still training kids daily, you know. So I love what I'm doing.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was going to ask. Like, you love what you're doing, so maybe it's not seeming so much like...
It ain't work.
Like work. So
I work for free a lot of times.
Oh, okay. Because then that may be the answer to my question. I was going to ask, what do you do for fun if that's even a thing that you are entertaining today? Like trying to blow off steam, enjoy, like, are there like video games at the end of the night? Are there like nothing?
Nah, I don't even own a gaming console.
Yeah.
But just staying competitive. I play a lot of hockey.
Okay. Okay. So all right. So it goes right back to sports, and it goes back to competition, and back to.
I have to be doing something competitively. I just have to. Like, even work, I look at it as competitive. Like, I ain't even from Florida, but I want to know who is down here. I want to know what my competition is. I want to know what they on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Right.
How y'all living?
Yeah.
Like, this shit not a joke to me. Like, this ain't a job. Like, this is my fucking, like, this is my well-being.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And when it comes down to it, like, you're not, don't get me wrong, there's a couple coaches in Florida where I'm like, yeah, they got it. Like, they established down here. Like, you know, they the truth. And I respect the hell out of them. But everyone my age down there, like, nah, we go head to head right now.
Yeah.
Like, my work speaks for itself. And ain't none of this shit bullshit. Ain't no one gave me this shit. You know what I mean? So, like, I feel like anyone my age down there, I go head to head with, no questions asked. Like,
damn.
We can do it.
And how long have you been down there now?
2 years.
Oh yeah, it's not long at all.
Yeah.
To feel like that.
And a lot, some people my age, like, they only doing this shit because they don't know what else to do. You know what I mean? They using it as a stepping stool somewhere else.
That's a lot of people, and I've been surprised in my life because sometimes when you see some people doing something that you think is cool, like you're just coaching people, you assume that everybody is doing it is in love with what it is that they do because you see it as like something cool. Like you're like, oh man, they don't work in a cubicle somewhere. You know, just like faxing papers and getting yelled at by their boss all day long. Like they coaches down there in Florida, they probably having a fucking ball. They probably love going to work every day, working with the kids, doing this and that. And this is just some idea that you make up about people. But in every sector, every working sector in the world that we think people are just having a great time, there are a bunch of people over there where it's just a job to them. Yeah. They're just like, nah, I just do this shit, bro.
They trying to get somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I be having to tell he's not my boss, but, you know, the owner of our facility, you know, sometimes I think he thinks that, you know, I'm trying to, you know, go somewhere else, but I'm trying to tell him just because, like, I work so many different places and do all this, like, I'm not leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one person you don't got to question when it comes to, like, loyalty and shit like that. Like, when you question me, I'm going to get pissed off because I'm loyal as fuck. Like, you know? So I be trying to just remind people that, like, at, you know, where I'm at, like, I'm not leaving. Yeah. Like, just because I go over here and do some work, it's because they invited me, not because I'm searching it out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They see my work and they see what it's worth, so they asked me to come do this.
Have you seen yourself be loyal to a fault, where you are sticking around something or someone, some situation, because you tell yourself, I'm a loyal man. Yeah. A loyal man stays and does what he's supposed to do in order to keep this going. But you see that the situation shouldn't really call for your energy or attention anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like a lot of things nowadays I don't pay as much mind to as I would. Or I realize, hey, it ain't really my beef to get in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just like, hey, like, you my dog, but I got too much to lose now. This ain't how it was where I used to, like, think I ain't have nothing to lose. I got a lot to lose. Yeah. Like, there's kids out here that look up to me in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like, they looking forward to seeing me during the week to train. And they telling me this. Yeah. So, like, I got a lot to lose. Like,
that shit different when that happened.
Yeah,
when
like,
kids looking at you like that, talking to you like, oh, damn. Like, yeah, it's weird because again, on the flip side, you're you. You know all your past. You know your faults. You know your weaknesses, your strengths, all these things. But kids, they don't know any of that. Yeah. They just see this dude that can do all these things and you know, talk to them in these ways. And, you know, you're some sort of superhero, some type of kind of, you know, superhero to them. And it's weird because, you know, you can look back to when you were a kid and think about who you looked to like that. Mm-hmm. You're like, damn, it's me on the other end of that. Like, they're looking at me. Yeah. You're like, that's crazy. Like, I'm a part of their life. Like, they think about, like, when they leave here, they might be having conversations with their friends like, yeah, you know, I got this coach, you know, he helps me with this and that. And, like, that's me that they're talking about. Like, I have to be there to show up for them. Yeah. You know, like holy shit, like that's an honor and it's a huge responsibility.
That's a good saying right there. Like show up for them. It's kind of going off topic, but like showing up for other people and having as much pride as I do, I think that's like why I'm still here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like all the dumb shit that I did and like all the negative thoughts, like, you know, of sometimes not wanting to be here. Like my pride was just so big that I just kept going. Mm-hmm. Cause I used to look at things, this is gonna sound crazy, but I used to look at things like, if I take myself off this earth, someone down here gonna call me pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna say, "Damn, he bitch." Like why? You know he a hoe. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, someone's gonna say that.
Yeah, and you're not finna say that about me. Like you ain't gonna be able to say that. So like this shit got spooky a lot of times, but I just kept going. Yeah, because like, nobody finna be able to say like, "Oh, D he pussy." Like you know, like yeah. And I'm not saying people that have, you know, taken their lives or anything. I'm not saying that about them, but this is just personal. Yes. Like you're not gonna get the chance to say that about me. So I'm gonna figure this shit out. Yeah. And that's part of the reason why I used to do all this dumb shit, because I'm like, hey, if it happens this way, well then I ain't really do it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was just an accidental car flip at 140 miles per hour, like but I didn't necessarily do the thing.
And that's just one, like it was just so much going on. Like
yeah, I mean, but there are also just times where the reason why you didn't go forward with any of this is because you would just think about maybe just the people that are like, damn, that nigga's gone. Like he,
I think it really hit home when I came home one time back to Virginia. I think it was for like the holidays or something. And there's a person in my family, you know, I used to argue with this person all the time. Like we never saw eye to eye about anything. Like nothing. And this same person was like, they telling me, hey, if something would have happened to you, like this family would be devastated. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like the heart of this family. And this is a person that I don't see eye to eye with about anything. And they telling me that, so I'm like, damn. Like if you telling me that, like
you're right.
Yeah. So that made me kind of look at things, you know, a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I definitely took that into consideration.
Yeah.
That made me kind of like want to clean some things up. Like some things I had going on to where like, you know, I'm not really in a place to get harmed.
Yeah.
Whether that be by myself or, you know, other people, other situations, things like that.
Yeah. And here you are now, you're feeling mentally bulletproof, I believe you said, right?
Yeah. Like I do.
That makes sense.
Genuinely.
That makes sense. There's only like once you I mean that's kind of what a lot of training, because I'm a performance coach as well. So like that's what a lot of training is essentially about for a lot of people, is you put yourself through voluntary hardship. Yeah. Right? You volunteer for the hardship, so that the involuntary hardships that come through in life, the things that just go and pop up, are not nearly as difficult. Yeah. You know, someone, my girlfriend was at the restaurant the other day, and it was like, you know, Thanksgiving kind of energy in there. So it was going to be 1 million people. They were going to get hit crazy. And the servers were talking amongst each other, and one was talking to the other. He's like, man, you ready, man? Like, there's going to be 1,000 people to walk through here. Yeah. And his friend was just like, dude, I squatted 625 pounds this morning. Yeah, I'm ready. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Like, it's just like you talking about serving people at a restaurant, bro. I'm voluntarily going and squatting 625 pounds. Like, that was the hardest thing I'll do today, not this job. Yeah, exactly. And that's essentially what all this is. And you know, it sometimes it's for sure. It's like, dude, I sign up to do hard things every single day. Yeah. This job is not difficult for me. Like I understand it's difficult for you, but you don't do difficult things. So I understand why this is difficult for you. But now you've been through a lot. So at this point, it's kind of like, what you got for me? Yeah. Like exactly. What's up? What are y'all talking about? You tell me what's difficult. Yeah. You tell me what's difficult and I'll go do that shit. Yeah. That's good. I mean, you know, it's tough that it has to be that way. There's been like this line, well, I want my kids to live a better life than I did. I want them to live an easier life than I did. And I feel like there were certain generations that could get that shit off. Like you could say that if you are grandparents or are parents. At a certain point, we're going to have to stop saying that. Mm-hmm. Like you don't want the kid's life to be so easy and just so averse from any sort of adversity that they don't know how to deal with adversity.
Yeah.
Because if a child drops like their ice cream scoop on the floor, you'd be seeing a kid like walking and he'll like lick an ice cream scoop and that shit will hit the floor. And that's literally the worst thing that's ever happened to them. Yeah. They start crying because that's the worst thing that's ever happened. Oh my God, now I can't eat the ice cream.
Yeah.
And that's essentially people in life in general. Whatever the worst thing to ever happen to you is, that's the worst thing to ever happen to you. Yeah. Sometimes it's really not that bad for certain people. Mm-hmm. So when something real comes across, you do not know how to handle that shit at all.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, and also fortunately at the same time, for people that deal with a lot of crazy shit in their life, at a certain point, you're like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good in whatever situation. Like I can handle whatever. Mm-hmm. And that's just something that comes along. A lot of greatness comes from that too.
Yeah.
It's weird, but you know, a lot of greatness, it'd be comedians that we love that have just had terrible lives that just have, but like you, have found a way to take that shit and then churn it out as something funny that we all get to laugh at. Mm-hmm. But it was just nothing but trauma for them, and they were able to use that fuel, right, and change it up. And I think that's for a lot of people. And there are a bunch of fighters, MMA fighters that grew up in terrible places, and they fought their fucking way out of that bitch, and that's why they fight at a different level because of that.
Yeah.
And it's just so on and so forth. So there is a lot of, I'm glad you came and had this conversation, because there's a lot of terrible shit that clearly was going on in various levels over various, aspects of your life. But at the same time, because of that, you're far more equipped to just walk through life and feel confident in yourself walking through life, that you can deal with shit and get over shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Was there anything that was crazier than anything that you said thus far? Do you think that there will ever be a time where you will try to reconvene with your mom, or at this point after? Was that last conversation you had when you drove over there the last one that you all had?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at this point, with that being the last kind of reference point you have, do you think, and things could always change, but do you foresee at this point you all ever having another conversation? Or you?
I mean, it's always hope.
Okay.
Like I'm not a person to like, especially like if it's blood family, like a lot of times it can be fixed with a conversation. Like we blood family. Like you got to be able to work that out. Like, so with a person like that, I do. But like, I mean, there's certain things in this life that can't be fixed with a conversation. And I'm not afraid to say that either. Like things for me that cannot be fixed with a conversation is like betrayal, like bloodshed, and disloyalty, betrayal. Like those types of things that can't be fixed. Mm-hmm. Like we're gonna go about that how we go about it. But blood family, it always needs to be fixed. Mm-hmm. Like why would you not want it to be fixed? Mm-hmm. You crazy for thinking anything else.
Yeah,
I'm not that person. I'm not that son that's like, oh fuck my parents because they wasn't here. Like nah, like we can make it right. Because I want, the day I have kids, I want them to have grandparents. You know what I mean? So like, let's hash this shit out. So, maybe you couldn't be there for me, and that's fine, but I'm going to give you the opportunity. You can be there for my kids. Mm-hmm. Why would I not want that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want my kids to have grandparents.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the way I view that.
Yeah.
So
I think we also, since we're around the holiday season, you know, I should say that I also don't want people to live a life of turmoil because they don't have a particular type of relationship with someone in their family or someone that they feel like. I think that we do have these expectations, again, to your point, of who we should be for other people, what a relationship is supposed to look like. And if someone doesn't get that, I still want people to be able to make peace with themselves on this planet and not be like, damn, me and that person never got cool. That's a missing link in my life.
Yeah.
Right? Because in all actuality, you're not always going to have the best relationships with people.
Yeah.
And you are still, like, to your point, having to get up the next day and keep moving. You're going to have to keep finding a way somehow, and you don't want to just do it with your head down every day like, damn, I wasn't able to make that relationship work out. It's like sometimes in life, everybody's not going to be your person or your type of person. That's just life. And sometimes these people will be close to you. They may be a family member. And for whatever all the reasons are, it may not necessarily just be your fault. It may not necessarily just be their fault. It may just be the cosmos. It may just be just the way things were made and who you are and the way they are and the circumstances they went through and the circumstances you went through. The shit's just not aligning.
Yeah.
It's just not, and trying to force it a lot of times just makes it worse.
Mm-hmm.
So,
exactly.
So I want people to say what they feel like they need to say to someone. If you want to make a relationship better, or you want to hash something out or smooth out some wrinkles in a relationship, then say something.
Yeah.
Say something to the person. Like we only got but so much time here, and we never know when that's up.
Yeah.
So go ahead and just say something. But also, if you have said something or you don't want to say something, you don't also have to buy into the idea that because someone has a certain title, of like a familiar or familial status, brother, sister, mom, dad, cousin, whatever, that you're supposed to have a cookie cutter, my relationship is supposed to be like this with them.
Yeah.
Because as long as you see it like that, there will always be a deficit of, well, it's not like that. But sometimes you can't always tell the world what it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to let go and just and live.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to let go and live. And I think that's tough for people to take in a lot of times, that sometimes you just have to let go and you can't control everything.
Exactly.
You can't control how other people act. You said that before. You can't. People are going to do what they're going to want to do. So even if you put in your effort and you're willing and able, that doesn't mean that it's going to make it work.
Yeah. And
you have to be okay with that shit too.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's how people get off track. Like they start worrying about things they can't control.
Yeah.
Because now you're putting energy into something you can't fix it. You can't control it. So now you're taking that energy away from that. You could be putting that into your craft.
There's back to the good, and we'll end it here. Back to the good decision, bad decision throughout the day thing.
Yeah.
Again, you only got but so much energy in the day. So much brain capacity, like a finite amount of great decisions you can make. Just try not to squander it on dumb shit.
Yeah.
Just fighting with people online, on Twitter or whatever, about whatever political thing that someone said or whatever the case is. Just the amount of things that you really have any sort of autonomy over in your life, like the way that you feel, like your physical and mental health, your career status, the way that you treat your friends and family, whoever's around you, the things you're interested in, your hobbies. These are all things that require your attention, right? It's just like a garden. Like they require your attention every day in order for them to continue to grow. None of us have the time or attention to give to the bullshit.
Yeah.
You don't. And every time you start to give it there, you're lacking somewhere else. Mm-hmm. Every single time. So like we just gotta lock in, understand the things that really ought to matter in our lives, and pour more of our investing into there, whether it be money, time, energy, whatever. But we got to invest more there. And there are way too many. There are more distractions now than ever. And how could there not be? I mean, the world is just filled with distractions. So I completely understand people getting caught up in all of them because there's so many. Mm-hmm. I totally get it. One of the things I kind of thought about with like sports stars is staying away from the party. Yeah. Staying away from the girls and the party. And that shit gets wicked because you have essentially unlimited access. Yeah. So, like, that's hard. Yeah. That was one of the things that Muhammad Ali said. They was asking him, like, I saw his clip. He was on some of his late night show back in the day. And they're asking him, like, how do you do it? Like, how do you stay number one? And he was like, if you can leave the venue and get back to your home without a party, without all the girls, without any, he was like, that's how you do it. He's like, that's the real shit. Like, yeah, continue to practice, work on your craft, all that, but just stay away from all of the bullshit that just easily eats away at everything you've been working for. Like, just don't.
You have to. It's not even just famous people. It's people in general. Like, people be complaining about money and shit, but then they be going out on the weekends. Well, now you fucking your money up right there. Like, you're not even staying true to what you talking about. You know what I mean? So just things like that. So not even just because of money, but like, I don't go out in general unless it's with like certain people. Yeah. Like, I'm not, like, even the people I met in Florida, like, I love them to, like I love some of them, like, genuinely, like, connections we make and things like that. But like, I still won't, if they invite me out, I'm not going. Yeah. Just because at the end of the day, I've known these people, for 2 years. Like, I don't know who you know, and I don't know who knows you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we go out, like, I don't know. I've seen too many things to where, like, I'm with certain people who's not even like my people, and some shit happens, but like, now I'm with them. So now this shit happening to me. Mm-hmm. So I only move with like my day one homeboys. Cause like, we know the same people and the same people know us. So like, whatever's coming is coming.
Right. Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, one, like I said, I'm glad you came here. This has been awesome. Yeah. If there's one particular thing that you would want for people to take away from this episode, to take away from your experiences, your existence, what would that be?
Just as athletes, the same way you prioritize the physical part of training, you have to prioritize the mental training as well. I think more athletes need to take time, and get right mentally the same way they do, working on their skill. And in the weight room, it's always skill training, weight room stuff, speed, agility. It's never mental. Like, when are you taking the time to train mentally? Because you're going to need that. It's so many top athletes that never reached, where a lot of us expected them to go because they just, they weren't prepared mentally. You see it in the news all the time. Athletes making crazy decisions. Like,
fuck yeah.
Some of those decisions can be avoided just if they had, a little bit more mental, like, awareness and just things like that. And those are just the headlines that we see because they famous. But it's so many athletes that's not famous that go through this shit way worse, and we don't read about that. You know what I'm saying? But like, I've seen it, so yeah, and I've been a part of it. Shit.
Train the mental along with the physical.
You have to.
Yeah, there's been a lot of archaic ways of training people in general. Just, the recovery aspects, again, like you said, the mental, psychological aspects of it. There are a lot of things that just we didn't do right by kids for so long. We just threw them out there and just whatever the fuck. Just, it was insane when you think about it. Yeah. And now we have far more knowledge and wisdom, and again, emotional intelligence to where we can be better for the kids growing up through sports and just kids in general. But I'm glad that we have some coaches that are thinking about some of these things.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I would be doing these kids and these athletes a disservice if I didn't prioritize this first. You know what I mean? Even when they come in for skill related training, I'm making sure that I'm able to implement mental training as well. We're gonna work on both during the same session. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I prioritize both.
What does that look like, by the way? What's a little bit of like mental training look like with you?
I challenge the shit out of the athletes I work with. You know what I mean? Because I don't want them to be hard on them. Like, I want this training to be harder than the game. So then when you go to the game, the shit's a breeze.
Yeah.
Because you already just got your ass whooped, training. And I mean, got your ass whooped, like, mentally. Like, I'm challenging. I'm going to make you think. You know what I mean? Like, you come in this cage, I'm going to make you think.
Understood.
So it's things like that.
Understood.
Because there's, like we said earlier, there's a game within the game. So you got to be able to think. So you got to.
Yeah. And I do a lot of work with people, people will always, when it comes to lifting, people lift all the time, but when it comes to mobility, people don't think nearly as heavily about it.
Yeah.
Because you don't see mobility the same way you see muscles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people really want to work on what you can really see, not knowing that the mobility is going to make you better in whatever it is that you're doing. Even in your weightlifting and whatever weightlifting you like to do, having a better range of motion throughout all your joints is going to help you do whatever weightlifting it is you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing here for any athlete that's going into this, is going into their sport and they're thinking that they just need to, run faster, jump higher, throw harder, whatever the case is. That mental aspect is going to put you on such a different level than your competition. If you can be mentally sound and you can be present as you're doing things, you're gonna learn quicker. You're going to understand depths of the game that are going to go over other people's heads because they're just solely focused on the physicality of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be able to essentially just be able to slow down time in your mind because you can be present. You can lock into the moment where other people, maybe their anxiety's kicking up. They can't quite, like you say, deal with so many things going on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think even, just from a performance standpoint, still working on your mental game, is going to be heavy, but being able to work on that mental game for your outside of sports realm as well.
Yeah, it carries.
It carries. There are transferable credits. Like once you get your mind right, you can essentially do anything you want.
Yeah.
Like once you get that right, the world it'll come to you. It'll come to you in a crazy way.
Yeah.
In a crazy way. I definitely encourage people to start young, start getting their mind together when they're young. Don't wait till you're in your 40s or your 50s. A lot of people use a lot of their mental and physical health to gain wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And then they spend the back half of the year spending all of that wealth trying to regain their mental and physical health.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, you don't have to do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
You can work on all of these things simultaneously. And because when you're young, young people are like, my body's fine. You old niggas, y'all are the ones that are all beat up and all of that. I need wealth. I'm young. I don't have wealth. You all have wealth. So I need to get that. Then you stop caring about your mental and physical health to get the wealth.
Yeah.
And then you're back in that cycle where now you're 40, 50 years old and you're at your doctors and they're telling you, yo, your mind ain't right. You're stressing out. It's causing all these issues. Your body's not right. You haven't been doing X, Y, and Z, taking care of yourself. Now it's time for you to go take all this wealth that you amassed and go spend it trying to get your health back.
Yeah.
Right. So definitely try to start young. Just get on it. Take care of yourself. The body and the mind are one. It's not two separate things. You got to work on them in tandem.
Mm-hmm.
I totally believe you with that. All right, man. You got anything else you want to share, man?
No, just want to say thank you.
Yeah.
This is like a little bit of therapy for me, just speaking, because I don't speak to anyone. So like, this is cool.
Yeah, kudos to you for doing this shit. That's crazy to not talk to anyone and then come here and do this level.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you had ever heard any or not, but yeah, these shits be getting deep, you know, with people. So definitely congrats to you for coming out here and doing this, man.
Yes.
And congrats. What's your name? Arnaldo? Arnaldo. Thank you for coming too and helping us out with the camera stuff, man. You're dope as fuck.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Bro.
And by the way, you podcasters, get white lights, not yellow ones. They fuck everything up. It's ridiculous. But all right, man. This has been awesome. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Yes, sir.
Peace, everybody. Peace.
That was dope.
Yes, sir.